Hello, friends. Today, I'd like to share with you one of my very favorite relaxation meditations. I'm going to cover preparing for it first, and then we'll go into the actual meditation itself. The first thing you want to do is locate a quiet place and some place that feels very comfortable for you. If you need to, make sure that you have a warm blanket and make sure you have proper clothing that feels comfortable and isn't going to distract you, because relaxation is so important to us and we don't want to get distracted by anything, sounds, cold, clothing, etc., that is going to pull us out of allowing our body to just melt away. So make sure you have that location identified ahead of time and have the things that you need. And then the other thing is that when we do this, it's ideal if you can lay in a place that's flat, preferably not a bed, although if that's all that you have available, of course, that's what you'll need to use, but a place that you can lie completely prone without a pillow, with your body in a nice straight alignment and with your arms to your sides and your palms facing the ceiling or the sky. And the other thing is that if you find that this is troublesome for your neck, you're welcome to get, I would recommend, a flat pillow or a folded up soft blanket so that you can give some support to the neck without really cranking your head up. The next part that's really important is something that I call boat pose or rock pose, and they're very similar. It's just that in one you remain lying on the floor completely, and in the other you're going to elevate certain parts of your body. So with rock pose, you're going to get into your comfortable place. You can be on a yoga mat or a rug, something that's comfortable and isn't going to cause you any discomfort. And you're going to lay just peacefully for a moment, roll out your neck, roll out your feet, that kind of a thing, just to get settled in. And then you're going to take a deep breath in and you're going to tighten all of the muscles in your body. You're going to essentially clench your fists and flex your feet and squeeze your buttocks and do everything you can to imagine that you are a rock and every muscle is really, really hard. You're going to hold that for just a little while, and then you're going to exhale and release. And you're going to allow yourself to lay there for the count of 60 seconds. Eventually, as you get more comfortable with rock pose, you can play around with holding it up until about the count of 10. But in the beginning, just do what's comfortable. Don't strain. This isn't about really, getting rock hard abs or anything like that. This is about just making sure everything is tight and then everything releases. So do that to your comfort level. Boat pose is very similar, same starting position, only when you tense, you're going to allow your feet to come off the floor just an inch or two, and you're going to bring your arms up off the ground and your head a little off the ground in a very, very mild kind of crunch where you're just curling in the tiniest bit. Again, your hands, your fingers aren't going to be more than maybe 2 or 3 inches off the ground at the most. You're really not trying to get your head up to your knees or anything. You're just adding that little bit of extra tension to your body. So do this only if you feel really comfortable, really fit, and it might be different on different days. If you're going to do this when you're under the weather or you've had a hard workout, then take it a little bit more easy. The same thing again, you can work up to holding that for a count of 10, but in the beginning, just go until you feel that you've gotten everything tense, and then allow yourself to just sink back and exhale out, and again, count to 60. And so that practice of doing the pose beforehand will happen 3 times. So you'll begin, you'll do your pose, you'll count to 60 as you relax, then you'll do your pose, count to 60, do your pose, and then from there you can let yourself fully soften. And it's important to just feel the warmth of your muscles and allow them to really release. At this point, if you wanted to, you could cover yourself with your blanket, adjust your pillow, adjust your clothing one last time before you get into the actual part of the meditation. So start by taking one beautiful big breath in and releasing it, and feel all those warm and softened muscles simply melting away into the ground. I want you to realize that thoughts may come up throughout this meditation, and that's perfectly acceptable for them to come floating along. And you can just tell them, I am doing something very important and I will deal with you later, and you can allow them to float away. It's really not any big deal at all. The other thing is that you don't have to worry about your breathing. There's no special technique right now, other than that you allow your body comfort and relaxation. So if it feels good to take a big breath in, then take a big breath in. And if it feels good to exhale long and deep and slow, you're welcome to do that. But your breathing can also just be normal. So take another deep breath in and exhale. And again, feeling everything melting away. And now you're going to take your attention and you're going to notice the spots on your body where you're in contact with something. It could be with your clothing. It could be with the floor. Notice where your heels are resting heavily on the floor, how your hips are sitting on the floor, your shoulders, the backs of your hands, your head. And just take a moment to bring your energy and your awareness into those different places. Notice the sensations that you're feeling. Perhaps you can feel your breath going in and out through your nose. Go ahead and take one moment just to feel into what your body is feeling. Maybe it's the blanket that's resting over you. Maybe it's the yoga mat you're on. Just take a moment to notice. Now you're going to take your attention specifically to your foot. Let's take it to your right foot and notice how your right heel has a heaviness in contact with the floor. Just notice for a moment what it's like down there in that right heel and feel its heaviness and its weight. And from there, take your attention to the whole of your right foot, to the arch of your foot and the bridge of your foot and your toes. Feel all of them and how relaxed they already are, and allow them to get more relaxed. You can feel your whole right foot. It's just growing heavier and softer. It doesn't have to do anything. It doesn't need to support you. And you can just gently encourage it to sink away into the floor. And now you can turn your attention to your left heel. And for a moment, really just go there. Imagine you live inside your left heel. Take your breath there. Take your notice there. And just feel it. Feel how it's resting on the floor. And now, turn that energy to the whole of your left foot. Notice any places that just feel as though they want to release even more, that it would be so yummy. It could be your toes, it could be the ball of your foot. But feel over all the muscles of your foot and then allow it to just soften and melt. You can feel it sinking into the earth, growing very, very heavy and very happy to be so relaxed. Now you can take your attention to your ankles. We'll do both of your ankles. You can notice one and then the other. Feeling all of the sensations that you notice when you're there. Go ahead and just allow them to grow heavy too. Feel how they can soften. And again, no need for them to do any supporting or any work at all. They're already so happy and so relaxed. And now you can allow them to just melt even more. Now take your attention to your right calf and your left calf and feel them both resting. Feel those muscles so soft and so relaxed. Notice for a moment if they're touching the floor in any places and how that contact is warm and heavy and restful. And wrap your attention around to your shins. And again, just feel the whole of that lower leg. And then give it permission to just relax, to soften and to sink. And feel the feeling of that just wonderful relaxation as there's nothing to do, nothing to think about, nothing to support. And all you have to do is relax. All you have to do is just be here. Now notice your knees. Your knees are hard workers, and they have lots of little pieces in them, but they deserve to rest too. And you can go ahead and just picture all of those wonderful little mechanisms in your knee beginning to soften and to melt and grow very, very heavy, just to feel like they're opening and blossoming and sinking, melting away. And then you can turn your attention to the large muscles of your upper legs, your thighs. And you can just feel what it's like, where they're perhaps feeling the clothing on your skin or where they're in contact with the earth. You can notice how wonderful and delicious and relaxed they are, and how wonderful and delicious it would feel to give them permission to relax even more. Feel them just opening and softening and melting, and allow them just to sink right on into the earth, right through the floor. They don't have to do anything at all right now. Take a moment to feel all of your legs and how heavy they are. How wonderful that feels. They've grown so heavy that even if you wanted to move them now, it simply wouldn't be possible because they're so deeply relaxed. Now turn your attention to your hips and your glutes and feel the weight of them already resting and sinking so lusciously into the floor. Notice the points of contact, where they're touching places, what you can feel, what it's like to live in them for a little bit. Take a moment to send that whole area a warm, loving light. And then feel it sinking. Feel your hips, your pelvis, your glutes, your hip flexors. Feel them all sinking. It's such a heavy part of your body. It can just let go. There's nothing left for it to do but melt and melt. And melt away. So heavy and so relaxed. We're going to take a moment to turn our attention to our fingers. Feel the fingers of your right hand and the back of your hand where it's in contact with the floor. And notice for a moment, put your attention there. Just sense the sensations that you're feeling in your right hand. And then you can allow this to all of the muscles that work so hard all day long, every day. Let them just grow very, very warm, warmer than they are right now. And so soft. The softest, most relaxed you've ever felt them. And feel how heavy they become. And allow them all to just sink into the floor. Nothing else to do, just to relax. And now take that attention to the fingers of your left hand and your thumb and all of the beautiful parts of the whole hand. And notice where they're in contact with the blanket or the floor or your clothes. Feel them beginning to grow even warmer and softer and so much heavier. Oh my goodness, you can just let your whole hand sink and melt. Now you can travel on both of your arms from your wrists all the way up your forearms. And you can feel how wonderful, how amazingly relaxing it would be to allow these parts of your body, your wrists and your forearms, to just soften. There's nothing for them to do, nothing for them to help hold up. They can just relax. Allow them to sink and melt with all the rest of your body, growing ever warmer and ever heavier. Now you can feel your elbows. And let them relax. You can feel your upper arms, your biceps and your triceps, even the bones of your arms. Let them all grow heavy. Feel how warm and soft and ready they are to just let go of everything. And then give them permission to just sink away. Now we're going to return our attention to our lower back and our lower abdominals and our stomach. You can even go and feel into your reproductive organs. All of that, just feel the warmth there. Feel the peacefulness there that's flooding through that area. Feel everything relax. Feel everything melting away. Feel them growing heavier and warmer and softer. From there, you can move to your stomach and the middle of your back. And you can begin to feel your spine even softening. Your spine doesn't have anything to do now. It can simply rest. And your stomach can just soften and let go. It can be completely relaxed. All of that area can sink and sink and sink away into the earth. And now you can feel your whole body is getting very heavy. You are melting and becoming one with the earth, and there's nothing else you need to do. And there's no way you can move at all now if you wanted, because you are so absolutely deliciously warm and heavy and soft and extremely relaxed. You can bring your attention now to your rib cage and your chest and your back. And you can feel that whole area. Feel where your back is in contact with the floor, your chest in contact with your blanket if you have one. Notice for a moment what it's like to just live in this part of your body. And then begin to feel how it's already completely ready and willing to relax, and allow it to just sink away. There is nothing else to do but soften. Now you can take your attention to your shoulders. You can take attention to your shoulder blades and your collarbone. You can take attention to the hollow of your neck, and you can take attention to where your muscles meet your neck. All those muscles where we carry so much. Take a moment to feel the contact, to feel what you notice there, to notice the sensations that are alive in that part of your body. And then just go ahead and send some of that warm, loving light to that area of your body, to especially any places that feel like they have to do all the work and all the holding up of your whole life. And then just send that love in and tell all those places, hey, there's nothing to do right now. There's nothing to take care of. It is your moment to completely and fully release. You are safe. You are peaceful. You are loving yourself. And you've created this space so that your whole body can do nothing but sink and melt and relax. Take a moment to notice how deliciously heavy you are. It's as though you have just sunk into the earth itself, and there is no need to do anything else but fall into this luscious, floating, drifting, melting, sinking relaxation. Now you can turn your attention to your throat and your neck and the back of your neck and the sides of your neck, all the way up to underneath your jaw where you swallow, and all the way up to where the base of your skull connects to your spine, the top of your neck. Take a moment really to love this area and to feel all of the things involved there, all of your spine, all of your muscles, everything that happens there. Just be warm and soft and relaxed. Let all of those little muscles and everything that's involved grow and soften. Picture them opening, picture them lengthening and sinking and releasing. And let that whole area become warm and relaxed. Now we're going to turn our attention to our face and our scalp. We're going to notice how delicious it feels to turn our attention to our ears and our earlobes and all of the spots surrounding your ear, behind your ear, below your ear. That area can just grow very warm and very soft. Your whole scalp can completely sink and melt and soften. You can feel it warm, you can feel it releasing. You can feel everything from the top of your head to where your hair meets your forehead, all the way to where your temples are. All of that area is just opening and expanding and melting. And feel your eyebrows and the space above your eyebrows and your whole forehead. You can feel that just melting, completely softening. There's no thinking to be done. There's nothing that needs to be uncovered or discovered. Everything can be relaxed. You can simply allow that area to melt. It's like warm honey sinking and softening into the earth. You can pay attention to your jaw and the muscles in your jaw and your cheeks. And go to your lips and let them soften. Let that whole area soften. It's fine if your jaw needs to fall open a bit. Just let it gently rest. Find your tongue. Take your attention to your tongue and your teeth and your whole mouth, and let it be so relaxed, so soft. Find your cheeks and your nose and all the little muscles around your eyes and your eyeballs themselves, and feel them grow warm and soft, and let them just open and sink and melt till you feel your whole face simply so soft and so relaxed. It's as though your whole being is melting, sinking into the earth, being lovingly supported and wrapped up in a delicious relaxation. And now, turn your attention to your heart. This is a part of us that works hard all the time, day and night. And it's perfectly fine for your heart to keep beating. You can feel it there, it is strong, but it can also be relaxed. You can let your heart also open, also relax. In fact, it may do its job even better when it's relaxed, because it can be calm and at peace and still strong and still courageous, but simply so soft. And now we can take one moment to relax our minds, our brain. Picture your brain there for a moment and all the countless things it does day and night, never ceasing to take care of you. and your mind never ceasing to also try to take care of you. Well, now is the perfect time for your brain and your mind to let go. They can simply relax. If anything needs to be done, it can be done later, because right now you are just supporting yourself. Your whole body is so soft and so relaxed and so heavy. And you can let your mind and your brain and your heart, anything else that's asking for it, to just be peaceful. Now I want you to take a moment to notice your breath. There's no need to change it. Allow it to be as restful as it always has been. But I want, when you take a breath in, for you to notice the delicious, nourishing, life-giving energy that comes in with that breath of air and fills you up. All your body, not just your lungs, but every cell, from your toes to your head, everywhere in your body, in every organ, in all your bones. That breath that comes in is filled with life, and it is filling you with a peaceful, sweet, relaxed life. And when you exhale, notice that every time you exhale, you can allow to flow from you without any effort, any tension, any worry. All your anxieties can flow away. There's nothing to hang on to. Anything that doesn't serve you now, any health issues, any thoughts, any feelings, anything at all that simply you don't need anymore, can be released with your breath as you breathe out. So take a little time in this perfectly heavy, warm, relaxed, peaceful, loving, safe place that you are in, to notice your breath in and notice your breath out, and allow yourself to sink and sink. And that is all you have to do, is rest here for a while. Before we begin to come back, I want you to take a moment, and I want you to feel gratitude for this body that you have, for this precious gift of a life, of breath in and out. Just take a moment to appreciate everything that your body is and does for you. You can withhold all your judgments until later, but in this very moment, feel how much your body wants to love you. And you can take a moment to love your body in return. Whatever that looks like to you, you can picture it filled with golden light. You can imagine a pink light of of warmth and love flooding from your heart through your whole body. You can just imagine everyone who loves you, any being that loves you unconditionally, coming in and hugging you and filling you with love. You can picture yourself laughing or smiling or peaceful someplace in nature, or you can just feel love and gratitude. This is also a very good time to quietly and gently, with great openness and great tenderness, see if your body has any messages it would like to give you. See if your heart has anything that it wants to say to you, and take a moment just to listen to the wisdom of your body and the wisdom of your heart, and see if anything comes to you, anything at all. Take a moment to absorb what you've heard, if any messages have come to you. Just really setting them in yourself, making a commitment to your body, to your heart, to your mind, to pay attention to those messages. And if action is required, see yourself acting on what your body has asked for, what your heart has asked for. Let your body know that you intend to be a partner with it, to take care of it, to love it. One last thing that can be enjoyable to do in this beautiful, delicious, restful state is to send out love. Send more love to yourself or any parts of your body that you feel need extra attention, any healing energy or loving energy anywhere in your body, your heart, your mind. Or if you wish, to reach out and send that loving energy to someone else. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a creature, it could be a plant. If there's something that you're feeling called to send that loving energy to, just take a few moments now to let that energy radiate out peacefully, deliciously, easily from you. Now I'm going to ask you to pay attention again to your breath. Noticing it coming in and noticing it going out, noticing the rise and the fall of your chest. You might also go ahead and pay attention again to where your body is in contact with the floor or your blanket. Noticing your breath blowing in and out through your nose, maybe over your lips. Taking a moment to feel that loving, peaceful energy flooding around your body, swirling around inside of it in a slow and delicious way. You might take a moment to wiggle the fingers in your hands, to feel your hands moving, the energy coming to them. At whatever point you feel ready, you can take those hands of yours and you can place the palms gently over your eyes, essentially creating a nice little space for them where it can still remain dark. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, slowly taking in the light, taking in the dark, and whatever point you feel prepared. You can begin to move other parts of your body as well. You may want to wiggle your toes or roll your feet from side to side, flippering out your legs. You might want to roll your head from side to side, and whatever point that you feel ready, you can remove your hands from your eyes. Feel all the delicious relaxation in your body, and know that you can access it whenever you want. You can connect your breath to the sensation of relaxation, so that if you are in a situation later on where you feel you want some of this luxurious peacefulness, all you have to do is take a breath in and feel the life, and exhale and release anything that's not serving you. And the more often that you practice this, the easier it will become to take a single breath in and feel the deep relaxation. You're welcome to lay here for as long as you like, but just know that when you are ready, you can roll to your right side. You can use your arms to support you into a sitting position, and you can gently find your way into sitting or standing. Make sure to love yourself after this. Make sure to drink some water. Make sure to nourish yourself. Perhaps take a little time in nature, or by a plant, or holding a crystal, or find a loved one and just give them a little bit of this wonderful glow that's surrounding you. See yourself taking this peaceful, loving, glowing energy with you everywhere you go for the rest of the day. Namaste.